Good morning from Los Angeles. Welcome to Trading with Sergio. I think everything is working well. Good morning. Welcome to the land of volatility, weekend of volatility. Um, my views are pretty clear. I mean, last week I put a few videos out that I'm seeing some trouble ahead. I'm not bearish. I'm not a perma bear, perma bull, none of that stuff. I don't also subscribe to HODL, YOLO, all those acronyms. I trade what's in front of me, and what's in front of me doesn't look good at the moment. So finished January extremely strong. February, not so much. We gave up a little bit of the profits. Still plenty green for the year. I will talk about that actually on Friday. I didn't have time to do it. Put up the results for February. As I said, I would every month. It is a tough February, although I had a couple of really good calls. I didn't take full advantage of it, but it's tough. Every rally is being sold, and volatility is definitely picking up. It's not just picking up on the stock market. It's picking up on Bitcoin. I'll talk about it a little bit now. What happened over the weekend with President Trump's tweet, and it's picking up in gold. It's picking up everywhere, and there's trouble ahead. I mean, I don't like the technicals of the market. I definitely don't like the fundamentals. I'm very cautious. I actually, literally, as of this morning, I closed few positions, some with profit, some with losses, and I am literally 90% cash. So on markets like this, cash is a position. I honestly think, people go, cash is trash and this and that. Well, you need to have the bullets to shoot when you're ready to shoot, and hitting singles is going to be the norm again for February, just like it was, well, not February, February finished, for March, just like it was for January. Yeah, I mean, when the markets are like this and, you get a little bit of a rally. So, from my experience, what I've seen over the last 30 plus years is that there is a rhythm to the market every week. Okay. Obviously Monday through Friday. The rhythm in a bull market is strong Monday, relatively strong Tuesday, a little bit of profit taking, on Friday, and then back on it again on next Monday. So on markets that are struggling, the rhythm is reversed. So this morning we bounced a little bit, and sure enough, immediately within half an hour it was sold. Everything was red. So the rhythm has changed. So what happens now is that Mondays are sold, Tuesday, Wednesday, kind of a little bounce back and things like that, and Friday sold again. So that pattern has been pretty much in existence for the last few weeks. I'm super cautious here. So going 90% cash is fine. I'm not worried about it. There is always something to do. Look, there is 10,000 stocks. I don't trade all of them, but my watch list is pretty wide. It includes all the Mag 7, obviously, and then smaller names, mid cap, small cap. Pretty diversified watch list, really. And but I think what I'm going to do is, if this is the market that we're going to deal with, then every rally is sold until it's not, which will take a little bit of time. And I'm going to check my scanners for 52-week highs, because even in a, again, I'm not saying it's a bear market, it's nowhere near it, but checking out 52-week highs for outperforming stocks is the way to play when things are not going your way. Okay. And all of you trade, I'm sure, on some sort of platform, and they do offer this. Robinhood definitely offers it. TOS offers it. Thinkorswim offers it. Run your scanners, put your filters in correctly, find 52-week high, find stocks that are making 52-week highs, even on the face of everything being red. Because what's going to happen is the outperformers, when the market's going down, are going to outperform much better when the market does turn. FYI, seeing red is, not everybody's favorite or anybody's favorite, but there is potential there. I mean, you can make money on red days as well. It's kind of counterintuitive, shorting stocks, shorting calls, because everybody's been buying dips, now selling every rally is a difficult thing to do. I get it, but sit on your hands. You don't have to be involved every single day. Turn the computer off, go away. That doesn't mean put your head in the sand, okay? Because things are moving fast. And putting your head in the sand and saying it'll be okay one day is definitely one way to go broke, especially if the market's going to turn down. I mean, we're very, very critical levels here as far as technicals are concerned. Fundamentals are turning absolutely garbage. Consumer confidence 2 months in a row is tanking. As we know, 70, 80%, close to 80% of our GDP is consumer spending. It's in the toilet. Today, Atlanta Fed came out with their GDP numbers forecast. Okay, that number has gone from plus 3.9% to minus 2.5% now. Negative GDP, Atlanta Fed is forecasting. So what do? Well, that's why the Fed has been cutting rates. They know what's coming. We're slowing down. I'm not saying we're going in a recession, and the market's definitely has not priced in, let alone a slowdown. I think most of the market is still in the soft landing camp. Well, I've done videos and talked about this, to no end last 6 months since I started the channel. The Fed's track record, engineering soft landings, is horrible. It's not good. It's a very difficult thing to do. But I'm going to put out a video, I think today at noon, and I talked about this before. I'm seeing it, and nobody's talking about it yet, but hopefully, you guys understand it. There's something called stagflation, and that's a slowing economy with rising inflation. Gold is at a new all-time high. Inflation is not going anywhere. This is no joke. The other day, well, not this weekend, went out to literally, buy some eggs. $10 for a dozen eggs? Hello? If that's not inflation, and eggs are probably the most consumed item in the country. So how does that affect everything? Well, let's say you're going out to breakfast to whatever, Denny's, okay, a national chain. What are they going to do? They're going to raise prices. Well, how's that going to do it? It's going to affect the consumer. Inflation is not going anywhere. It's pretty sticky. Last Friday's number was pretty sticky at 2.7. Economy is slowing down. Well, that's the stagnant economy with rising inflation, or inflation that's sticking around. So what is the trade? Well, the trade is sell every rally, okay? Because market is the most perfect pricing mechanism that I know, the stock market is. And it's always looking 6 months ahead, okay? So when you're looking at 6 months ahead and you haven't priced in a slowdown, let alone a recession, I'm not saying we're going in a recession. It's data sensitive, obviously. But Atlanta Fed, this is, by the way, I'm on Twitter, X, let's say. I follow the Coinbase letter. I literally read every tweet, and they just put that up. Atlanta Fed, so there are a bunch of Federal Reserves around the country, New York Fed, Atlanta Fed, Cleveland Fed, whatever. Atlanta Fed put out that forecast going from plus 3.5 to minus 2.5, negative GDP, okay? I don't know what the true technical term is, right? I think it's 3/4 of negative GDP or 6 quarters. I don't know, whatever it is. But I don't pay too much attention to these, old book items that we all learn. But that forecast going from plus to negative is bad news. You need to pay attention to the macro rules. And what happens in the stock market, as perfect as it is, with price discovery and forecasts, it's going to price itself correctly. We're only down like 3%, 4% with the S&P, and down like 5% after Friday's big old short covering rally. Nothing. Look out below. And at some point, the market's going to tell everyone what is happening. So I am very cautious here. I want to keep my powder dry. You can always put the gas on. So the problem with a lot of this is a lot of people are so used to buying the dips for the last 2 years that they're just going to keep buying dips and they're going to get wrecked. And what happens is that when the time comes really to buy the dip, they don't have the dollars to do it. Granted, there is still $6+ trillion sitting on the sidelines. Could that go in the market? It could. It's a lot of money, obviously. But yeah, the consumer is stretched. Credit card debt is through the roof. Again, all these things are just warning signs. I am a glass half full person. So, okay, I'm trying to find some positives, but I'm no fool either. I'm not going to keep buying stocks and watch them make lower lows on me, while I give it a crack every time something makes a lower low. Buying low, selling high is not my idea of making money. I learned that a long time ago. That's a fallacy. Buy low, sell high doesn't work. What works is buy high, sell higher. That's why I'm going to look at the 52-week high list. If something is making 52-week high list when everything else is red around it, I'll be in it. Yeah, there'll be far and few in between, but then those are the ones that you want to be in. Those are the ones you want to be in when the market stops going down and turns. Again, we're down 3% and 5% effectively in SPY and triple Q. No big deal. However, if you look underneath the market, it's not healthy. Look at the advanced decline line. Look at the Max 7s. Look at on a day like today, from the get-go, NVIDIA down 5 points. I think 4 or 5 out of the Max 7 are under their 200-day moving averages. 200-day moving averages are not something you joke around with. 20, 50, I get it. But 200 EMA, you got to be, market's telling you something and you got to listen, Mr. Market is, and they're going to say, Serge, market's sometimes not right. They overshoot. Yeah, they overshoot, but 3 and 5% correction is a garden variety correction. It's not like something that you jump on and buy dip. I see some FinTwits on Twitter. They go, oh, this is a buying opportunity of a lifetime. I'm like, you're going to get wrecked, bro. Just go knock yourself out. But I am definitely very cautious. I closed, literally, I had a Tesla 2x ETF position. I closed it all out. I took some profits, actually, luckily, because that worked against me for a couple of days. As most of members know, when I do a trade, wait 48 hours and then do it, if you're going to follow me without it being trading or financial advice, obviously. So I am cautious. I'll pick my spots. I'll wait for my best setups. I'll try to find things that catalysts have been there, are just pulling back on low volume. Rotate your watch list. Watch what the utilities are doing. Watch what the consumer cyclicals are doing, because when the market's shaky, the money rotates. Where does it rotate to? It rotates to consumer cyclicals, such as, okay, even in a slowdown and a recession, what do we all have to do? We have to buy gas. We have to eat. We have to keep clean. Well, those are the things that you look at, right? You look at the Procter and Gamble's, you look at the Coca-Colas, but those are not movers. They're not going to make you that much money, but they'll still go down, but they're not going to go down, or they'll even turn around and go up. So another thing you need to pay attention to, if the market's really slowing down, this TLT trade is going to work out beautifully. Why? Rates go down when the market's slowing down. So you can be long bonds, play for price appreciation there. There are things to do, okay? So with that said, let's talk a little bit about the scheduling. So every Monday, as you guys know, Power Hour, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Every Friday. Did I just say Power Hour? No. Let's do it again, because my mind is in the background on what's happening. So let's do it again. Okay. Every Monday, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, Trading with Sergio. Every Friday, Power Hour, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Those are going on for a longer period of time. On top of that, I do 4 extra live streams, but for members only, channel members only. So if you consider to becoming a member, first of all, put a thumbs up on this one. It helps the algo, YouTube algo. Channel is growing. It's slowed down a little bit, but still, I'm not doing it for YouTube money. members only. So I do 4 members only lives, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. We may have to change that because some members can't do it, but we'll talk about that on our. So what do you get as a member? You get, as you know, you get the free live streams, you get the replays of the live streams. You get access to all my trades, live trades, because when I execute, I'll just put it on there within 30 seconds through a Telegram chat group, and you get a free t-shirt, the one that I'm wearing, because we all wear our t-shirts because we know our worth. Hashtag know your worth t-shirt, totally free. So if you do choose to become a member, email me, Sergio at sergioavedian.com, your t-shirt size and your mailing address, and we'll ship one out to you. $30 item, you're getting it for $10. I think membership is $9.99. Again, not doing it for that, paying it forward, but I have to charge something. Those members only lives are doing great. They really are. A couple of really experienced guys in there outside of me. A bunch of intermediates, bunch of newbies. Hopefully they're learning. Hopefully I'm going to try to keep them out of trouble. Hopefully they don't do the mistakes I've made over the last 30 years. And I certainly won't. I mean, for me, the key is when the market's like this, yes, we want to all make money, obviously. But then, preservation of capital is key. I want to, if there is going to be a little serious pullback, a 20-30% pullback, I want to have funds to commit fully and make the money then, as opposed to trying to grab something. For example, Tesla. Okay, everybody loves Tesla. Great. Everybody loves Elon. So do I. I love it. Well, the stock price is telling you something. It's sick, right? After the elections, you know what happened, right? $200 rally. And then we gave up all that $200 and now we're lower. Even I think on the day we're lower. Okay, so I pick my spots. I put on a trade. I go with the ETF instead of Tesla. I put on a reasonably sizable position, right? About 20% of my account size. And I got out today. I mean, I was down 3-4 grand. I ended up making a couple of grand, and that's it. That's your gains in markets like this. What you need to understand is, how do I structure the trade, all that stuff. The members know. So you need to pick your spots. You need to pay attention to your technicals. You need to pay attention to your levels. Don't jump the gun. Be patient. The 3 Ps: patience, position, and planning. You got to have patience. You got to have the right position size. Sizing is, lower the size. You got to lower the size. You can't just keep pressing or dollar cost averaging on something that's going down. So it's a different situation here. So again, I'm not bearish. I'm just not liking what I'm seeing. Okay. I've seen this movie before. That's one of my advantages, right? Because you cannot buy or learn experience. You got to do it. I see the signs. The signs are telling me if the economy is slowing down, which it looks like it is with everything I'm looking at, and inflation is still sticky. Where do I need to be? Well, I need to be in bonds. So I'm going to definitely put on a TLT trade on shortly this week, at least. So that's a hedge, pretty much, right? So what happens is that institutions rotate, they sell stocks and buy bonds. Flight to quality, risk off. You gotta listen to these things. You got to pay attention to these things. Okay, so let's talk about economics. Let's talk about this. So you guys can get this from Federal Reserve Economic Data, but then I follow Cobaisi letter. As I say, Cobaisi letter, by the way, is the Cobaisi letter, the Kobeissi letter on Twitter. They are very active. They post constantly. And one of the things they post is weekly economic data. That's important because if you go to Fred, it's like pages and pages and pages long. So, a summary they put up, which is I like. So, February ISM manufacturing PMI data coming out today, came out. It wasn't good. We don't manufacture much anyway, but it wasn't good. Wednesday, ADP non-farm employment data. That's going to be key this week. Thursday, initial jobless claims. And Friday, February jobs report. It's all about jobs this week. On top of that, Fed Chair Powell is going to speak on Friday, and additional 9 Fed speakers are talking this week. Listen to these things, okay? they speak in encrypted English, okay? But you have to, not just the literal sense of what they're saying, you guys need to put the picture together. And they have this economic data way ahead of time, okay? And as encrypted as they may speak, you need to just kind of make sense of it and go at it and understand what they're saying. So then, maybe you can structure a better TLT trade, right? As opposed to anything else. But yeah, I'm cautious. I'm super, super, super duper cautious. So let's talk a little bit about President Trump. I don't want to get into any of the Ukraine thing. It's not a political channel, so whatever happened, happened. But there's something else that happened. So on yesterday, he tweeted from his actual official account that there's actually this coming Friday, next Friday, this week, there is a crypto summit happening at the White House. Okay. He announced by signing an executive order, the establishment of a U.S. Crypto fund or asset or whatever. Initially, I thought he forgot about BTC until he got a call from Michael Saylor, probably saying, "Hey, dumb shit, you forgot BTC and Ethereum." So initially, he mentioned three. He mentioned Solana, Cardano, and XRP. Our channel members have some of those. I think they're loaded up with XRP, and sure enough, and everything just took off, right? Cardano went up like 70%, XRP went up 40%. Bitcoin from its from 78,000 that it hit on a Thursday night while I watched my MSTU meltdown, went to 95,000 yesterday, literally like 78 to 95,000, like a huge candle, right? Okay, well, okay. Now, these kind of tweets move markets, obviously. So it looks like not only volatility is back in the stock market, which was my prediction, last year's prediction, that these next 4 years are going to be super volatile. We already had enough volatility in 2025 than we had more than we had altogether in 2024, because in 2024, all we did is just make all-time high after all-time high. I think we did 60 of them or whatever. So Bitcoin goes nuts. All the other cryptos go nuts. Some of the shitcoin goes nuts. They all have given it back, right? Well, if you're trading, if you got nailed on MSTR at 295 this morning, God help you. And same thing with MSTU. So as you guys know, I had a position on, I still do actually. Actually, I doubled up this morning. After it pulled back, I doubled up on the shares. This time, no more cash secured puts. And then I immediately put the calls out for the week for Friday, 30, 35 cents. I mean, that's what I'm going to do now. I had put 2,500 shares. I'll share the position screen in a minute. No more cash secured puts on MSTU. I'll just buy the shares and sell the calls. So yeah, that market is getting the volatility over a lifetime too. I mean, that's a huge move, 78,000 to 95,000. And then this morning, gave it all back. I think it's like 89, 90,000 now. So what happened is to strategy. So they're up to 500,000 Bitcoin. Well, 500,000 Bitcoin at 90,000, let's say, is 45 billion. Okay. They have 260 million shares outstanding at a price of 400. Well, not 400, at a price of 300. That's about 73 billion. Okay. Well, MNAV shot up to 1.7, 1.8 from 1.5. I've done videos. I talked about this. Every time MNAV multiplier to net asset value goes down to 1.5, you got to be a buyer. And that was it. On 144, I think we hit, or 145. This is a simple thing to do, by the way. You just take the outstanding shares, 260, multiplied times the common share price, you get a number, and then they have 500,000, a hair under 500,000 Bitcoin. Let's say 500,000, multiply by the current Bitcoin price, and then take the, market capitalization divided by the Bitcoin assets that they're holding. Yes, there is an existing company. Yes, they're selling some legacy software, but it's nothing. It's not worth much. But forget that. Let's just, the net asset value is their treasury Bitcoin holding. So you divide that into that, you get a number. That's called a multiplier. It's selling at a premium, basically. And should it sell at it got up to 3.3 actually when the MSTR was 540. At literally, I think it came close to hitting like 210 a few days ago. Then MSTR got down under 1.5. Okay, so should it have a premium? That's your calls. I think it should. If you're bullish on Bitcoin. If you're not bullish on Bitcoin, then no, don't even touch these things. Just buy Bitcoin. If you're not bullish on Bitcoin, don't buy Bitcoin either. So now, they pumped it up this morning, 1.7, 1.8. Like, no. But I waited. I doubled up on MSTU, the shares, about 528, 530 range. And I put out the weekly 6 calls out. And this morning, when it gapped up at 650, MSTU did, I had 2,500 shares with an average cost, I think 7 something. And I immediately put out the $7 calls at 35 cents this morning. They're down to a nickel already. The point I'm trying to make is, a lot of people get too bullish too fast. A lot of people watch these things too closely. Okay, yeah, he tweeted it. Okay, what is it going to look like when it's happening? Nobody knows, right? How many billions are going to be committed? And in fact, after maybe 10 minutes later, he tweeted out saying that, everything's going to be based on BTC and Ethereum, because I think he forgot to put it in the initial tweet. Somebody told him, I go, hey, man, you're not mentioning BTC and Ethereum. And then he did. And then that's when BTC took off. Look, nobody knows what that's going to look like when it actually happens. This has never been done before. We're in uncharted waters. I don't know what it's going to look like. And then, you know how that goes. What's the saying? Buy the rumors, sell the fact. Well, everybody woke up this morning, with cooler heads, and they go like, wait a minute, what has changed? Nothing has changed. Just an announcement from the president. I'm like, okay. Well, they sold it off. So there you go. I mean, it's not back to where it was. Don't get me wrong. It's like 90,000 still above 78, obviously. But it seems like now 78 is the floor. And it's wild. I mean, everything is wild. It's just things are moving so fast now that you just got to really be careful not to get your ass handed to you. It's when it's volatile, it's good for me. I don't care. I mean, whoever says what. I know how to deal with volatility. Okay. I'm scared of volatility. Don't get me wrong. But I know how to deal with it. It gives me plenty of opportunity to hit singles. Singles, you can hit a lot of singles and put together a lot of runs and win games. It's a baseball analogy, right? And with this volatility, you have plenty of opportunity on both sides to hit singles, okay? And so that's what I did with TSLL. I mean, I didn't want to put on that much of a position, but it kind of went against me, so I scaled in this morning. I'm like looking at it. I go like, okay, well, things are not acting that well. Look, man, in markets like this, I've said this a million times. When you do a trade, you go in a hole. We all do. Whoever says they don't, run. Scammers. When you do a trade, you go in a hole. Within the next 48 hours, 72 hours, it gives you a chance to break even and make a few bucks out of it. GTFO. Because I've seen that so many times. I would do a trade, go in a hole. It's bothering me. I don't want to take the loss yet. And then the market does miraculously, because, okay, first of all, I did the Tesla trade because, I was watching the 200-day moving average. It bounced exactly perfectly off the 200-day moving average. So I put the trade on maybe a day early, went in the hole. Now it gives me a chance to break even. And then my upper target was 305, first resistance. It got to like 303 and change. I'm like, okay, I got to take this. So I started, closing it all up, and from being 3-4 grand to being up a couple of grand, that's it. This is what the market's going to give you. That's a single. That couple of grand will help me down the road, and back to cash. So you got to hit these little singles. Yes, it's tiring, and yes, nothing like before. Buy and hold, and ride the wave. Yeah, that may have been it the last couple of years. Now we're just going to be patient and position ourselves correctly and wait. So what I'm going to do again today, for people who want to join the live, because I'll be here for a little bit, another probably hour or half hour, whatever. I'll go through my positions and all that stuff. Let me put the link up. So if you guys want to join, you're more than welcome. Pretty faces. Did I just freeze? No. Okay, cool. Yep, I froze. Oh, I didn't. Okay. Oh, what is happening? Okay. All right, this is the StreamYard link. If you guys want to join the stream, you're more than welcome to after I go through my charts and my positions. So let's talk a little bit about this. Here's my positions. Man, it looks clean. I clean house. I don't need headaches. I don't need it. I don't want it. I want to keep my powder dry. I want to keep cash. So here's the positions. Hopefully you guys can see this fully. Yeah, see, MSTU down to $5. There you go. That's why you sell the calls. Does the call give you enough protection on the downside? Absolutely not. But anyway, it is what it is. So I'll add to it. If it goes lower, I mean, that's a pretty big. Holy crap! Everything just collapsed, or what happened here? Wow. Yeah, it looks like it. Look at Tesla. There you go. Thank God. Anyway, I just liquidated my Werewolf Technologies that I had 15,000 shares of, down to 1,000 shares when it bounced to 130, 140. Tax loss harvesting. I literally don't have anything left. I had RB, liquidated that. Bought MSTU. Don't know why, down to 490 now. I'll add a little bit now, but so put the calls out. I don't know, man. It's like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. You go, Sergio, 6.5 this morning. Take your break even. I didn't take it there. Whatever. Bitcoin must be also tanking, pretty much. I mean, Tesla must be tanking too. So anyway, yeah, I don't have any positions. I have 5,000 shares of MSTU. I put the 6 and 7 calls out. As you guys can see here, 5,000 and 5,000. I have down to 1,000 shares of HOW left. Everything else is lottery tickets. Cleared Tesla out, 90+% cash. So that's it. That's where we are. And here's the charts. Let's look at what happened to the market. I don't know. Yeah, of course. Yeah, selling off. Yeah. Yep, there we go. This is the picture every single day. Get used to it, people. Get used to it. Yeah, Tesla must have just tanked. Yep, down $7.50. I can put the same trade back on again, and MSTR down to 255. Is that down for the day now? Wow. Where is Bitcoin at? It's up 38 cents from being up $30. Holy crap. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. This is crazy. Okay. Anyway, let's go through some charts. Give me 1 minute. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay. Yeah, MSTR from being up $30 up nothing. Let's see where Bitcoin is at. 88,000, down 7,000. There you go. There you go. That's it. That's where we are. Yeah. Let's look at some charts. Well, hopefully somebody will come on. Charts. All right, there's MicroStrategy. But let's look at the usual suspects first. SPY. Yeah, red. I mean, we're on a really critical juncture here. So this is the channel that's been in existence for months and months. We bounce off of it, closed up. Today we're reversing that. The Friday was a key reversal day. There should have been a follow through on the way up. MACD going below zero. Next level of support on SPY is going to be about 567, which happens to coincide with the 200 EMA. And that's about 567, 568. And that's where the next support is. That's it. There's no ifs and buts about it. Triple Q, same thing. The channel that it's been in, it's got a little bit more room. SPY is about to break the channel to the downside. I mean, those are serious issues, technically anyway. The 200 EMA on triple Q is 490. We're at 502. So from the top, 540 to 500, let's say we're down 8% again on triple Q, and we're down 5% on SPY. Everything else, Max 7, Apple, nothing special. I think it's holding well above it, but then Meta holding above the 200 EMA. The rest, Nvidia, yeah. Again, we bounced off of it after being down today on its butt and taking out the lower lows. Next support 100 on Nvidia, or let's see, where is this at? 100 right there. Yeah, that's next support. And then every $5 there's support going lower. So, take your picks. I mean, look, it does bounce. Obviously, last time we did that, it bounced from 113 to 145. If we take out the old low here, about 113, it's not going to look good. But the other ones are also acting bad in Mag 7. Tesla definitely is acting horribly. There's Tesla, key reversal day getting negated today. MACD just been going down and down and down. We have a little bit of a triangle here, or a wedge, whatever you want to call it, which happens to coincide, the lower end happens to coincide with the 200 MA, SMA, not EMA. It's a downtrend. I mean, what is there to say? Google under the 200 EMA right there. Microsoft has been under, and it's just getting worse. Way under now. Okay, Amazon. So generals are getting close and shot. So, Meta, same thing. Meta is doing best out of all of them. But 4 or 5 of them are under. Okay, well, what am I looking at? I'm not looking at much, honestly. MicroStrategy 253, now down $2. Shouldn't have bought those 2,500 shares, but we did. MSTR down to 486. Yeah, there you go. Sweat it out, wait it out, sweat it out, whatever it is. But I'm not concerned. I mean, I'll just keep selling calls. I'm not going to cry over it. But on my watch list, what am I looking to trade at all, if anything? A firm, obviously, I'm looking to trade. Catalyst out, one of my favorites, $60. I'll give it a shot. Chinese names I'm still bullish on, specifically Alibaba. It's not pulling back. Hopefully it'll give me a chance at 122. People talking about AMD. AMD is under 100. I'm not even going to look at the chart anymore. It's just an ugly looking chart. Buy on pullback. Okay, what are we buying on pullback? Bloom Energy had some good earnings, holding it together so far, kind of going sideways. I kind of dig it. Kava, okay. I want to get back into Kava. I sold some cash secured, put some in my investment account. Yeah, I want to get assigned. I sold this thing in like 155 range, and they went to 170. It's way too expensive. I mean, but it's a growing stock. No fundamentals have changed. I like the stock still, especially if I can get it about 83 to 85 range. That's why I'm selling the cash secured puts to own the stock at a later date at a cheaper price. Hood traded it beautifully. Now, yeah, it's 55. Now we're down to 48, 48 and a half. Retest of 45. I'll give it another crack. But 200 EMA is way too far away to mess with this. Goldman Sachs, some of the financials, at least they're not completely breaking down. But I'm trying to find things to buy on pullbacks with catalyst already out, meaning earnings are out. Upstart is another one, $60. I'll give it a crack. 58 to 60. Billy is another one. Another Chinese name. It's right on. It's, we traded this beautifully. So, the other thing is don't go to the well too many times. Be careful going to the well too many times over. Let's see. Nike is one that I definitely will sell cash secured puts on. I think stock is done going down. Got down to 70, up to 81. Definitely, 75 cash secured puts look good to me. Nvidia, we looked at Nvidia. It looks horrible. Palantir, green today. Wow, impressive. Well, we know what happened there, right? We had the shorts on that. Only pulled back $45 in about 8 days, 7 days, 125 to 78 or whatever it was. Man, I'm telling you, these overpriced stocks, when they get shot, they get shot. People couldn't buy enough of this at 120. And then, now it just can't get out of its own way. Yeah, when the sell-offs come like this, man, you just got to be really, really, really nimble and careful. And that's why I had TSLL, which is the 2X ETF. Got up to like 14 and change, 14.30, I think. Closed the short puts, sold the long calls. I had a synthetic on. I was short the April 14 puts and long the April 20 calls. Got out of mine with a chinny. I still like Tesla, but I think it's overpriced at this level, especially if the market's going to go down. Again, not, if you're a Tesla groupie, don't hate me. I'm just looking at the stock. I still love the car. I love Elon, obviously. SoFi, same thing. 200 EMAs I'm looking at, $12. Here's another one, high flyer that they absolutely shot to pieces. This is actually coming into a buy range for me. It's called Tempest AI. No earnings yet, but it's one of those high flyers. Trades well, trades active. 91 and a half high last week, down to close to 52 now. Retesting the 200 EMA. I'll give it a crack, about 48 to 50. TLT was down one. It's up now, green. See, this is the trade that I'm talking about. This is the 20-year Treasury bond ETF. We bottomed at 85. We're at 92 already. And then so interest rates are going down. That means what? Interest rates going down means economy slowing down. The bond market knows best. Always follow the bond market. Don't question the bond market. Some of there is Taiwan Semi under is 200-day. These are all breaking out, like SMH is the semiconductor index, under is 200-day. You guys need to pay attention to all these things, okay? Avago, same thing. These are the strong names, and just pulling back now 200 EMA. Avago probably good trading tool here, about 180, hopefully. Again, how am I going to do this? I'm going to trade the calls. I'll probably buy calls, sell puts, put some synthetics on. Short term, man. Nothing long term. The picture is getting. This is another one that I own in my long-term account, which is Unity Software. Earnings are out, gapped up, went as high as 31, down to 24.50. I'm going to add to this for sure. Now that I looked at it, right about 24 range. Yeah, that's where the market. I mean, in a nutshell, I mean, we're down 400 on Dow, down 300 on Nasdaq. Okay, this is the triple Q, Nasdaq 100. And this is the TQQQ, which is the 2X ETF or 3X ETF. I'm not, yeah, I think it's 2X ETF. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, so this is a good trading tool as well. UPRO is another one, which is the 2X ETF of SPY. Let's see. What else is there? Is there any other names that I'm looking at? Oh, AppLovin. That's another one. APP. Look at that, right? I mean, how do you trade this? Like, if you get caught with one of these, man, you're dead, right? This looks really like Palantir. Earnings are out here, gap up, keep going higher. Earnings here, keep going higher. 525 high, okay? Last Wednesday, that thing hit 285. 525 to 285. Okay. Now, if that's not volatility enough for you guys, I don't know what to say. Even with that pullback, it's still nowhere near as 200 EMA, which is at 235. This is the problem. When things get this extended, right? Trees don't grow to the sky, and people get, oh, yeah, it's going to 600. Oh, it's going to 800. I'm like, I don't know. I just don't want to get nailed. That's it. I've seen this movie before. Keep my powder dry. I don't want to get nailed. I definitely don't need to trade. I'll watch, but I will not trade. MSTU 488. Should we buy another 500 shares and sell some more calls? No, we'll wait for a couple days. I have 5,000 shares. That's enough. Chinese names I like again. I said. What else? Actually, no, that's it. I can't keep just looking at things to buy. I'd rather look at things to sell. So whatever news was out, I don't know. Trump had a meeting coming up at 10:30 at the White House Pacific time. Did he say something? I don't know. No need to push here. And yeah, got locked out, and Tesla got out. MSTU had doubled up. Probably shouldn't have. So I had sold the calls. Yeah, MSTU low like 4s, because MSTR low was like 280 and change. So hopefully some of you want to come on and talk to me. Anybody? Oh, let's look at good morning. Good afternoon, George. Hello, I'm Randall, Ernesto. Good afternoon. These members, they're doing okay. I think they're doing okay. Chewy 13. Okay. Back to you. Because I think 5,000 shares of MSTU is enough. I agree. Yes, that's why. I don't know about the clown part, but who knows? I mean, he's not allowed to trade, but maybe he's. I don't know. Good morning, everyone. Yes. Well, they kicked all the illegals off the platform. I think now we have a more balanced market. Where were you at 125? Roll cover calls this morning and CSPs this afternoon. Okay, well, good luck. I don't know. CSPs are not going to work when the market's doing this. You're going to get assigned a bunch of shares, and cover calls are not going to save you. But my opinion. Re-enter PLTR 65. I guess. Yeah, better than 125. I don't know. I think, where is the moving averages on that? I think 200 EMA. Let's take a look. I think the 200 EMA on that is where? Where is it? LTR. Yeah, 58, 60, somewhere in that range. 60, 65, I guess, yeah. I mean, if you have to. It's a long way from here. So it's another 20 points. That will be down 50 bucks, 50% from the high. I mean, yeah, maybe. Hopefully. It'll work out. Yep. Yeah, maybe. I don't know how APP going up is closing stores right and left. Well, it did go up. Now it's going back to earth. All right, none of you want to show up? Come on now, grab the link. It's right here. I'll put it up again. I'm bored by myself. Okay, so what do we do? Do we need to do anything? No. Do we wait? Yeah. Well, let's take a look at, I actually thought of rolling the Teslas to March. I'm maybe done going down. Let's take a look one more time. You guys can see this, right? Where are those? Trade. TSLL. Let's go to March. I had April's. That's forever, lifetime. March 21, 13s I was going to sell next. Okay, TSLL low is where? Let's take a look at where the low is at. Where was the low a few days ago? No, that's sixes. That's daily. Low a couple days ago. Okay, well, I don't mind if I buy TSLL at 11. Okay. You guys remember that OKLO that we were short? Yeah, that thing's gone into the 20s now. Couldn't buy enough of it at 59.60. That's 31. Nobody wants it. But TSLO is Tesla's 2x ETF, bullish ETF. Tesla. Why am I bullish on Tesla's chart? Looks like shit. Why am I just got lucky, picked the bottom off the 200 EMA. I ain't touching. Nope. I don't mind buying TSL at 11 though. So where's that going to put me if I sell cash secure puts? March 21. That's SPY. We don't want SPY. We're looking at TSLL. March 21. Cash secure puts. 13s are $1.50. That puts me at 11.5. 12s are a $1.30. Yeah. Okay. 11s are 71 cents to 86 cents. That'll put me at 10 and change. Yeah, those 11s are cool. Yeah. I'll put them out maybe later if we get more of a sell-off. 11 puts 80 cents. That'll give me 10.20. And on the chart, we have a gap at 10.20, don't we? I think so. Let's take a look. No, we have a gap at between 9.68 and 11.15. So yeah, 10.20 would be all right. $10 on TSL. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you don't need to do anything. Sit on your hands. There's no need to do anything. Just rush or do this and do that. No. Look what happened to MSTU. I mean, 650 high today, 483 low. We're at 495, $5. Yeah, Vic is right. 5,000 shares is enough. Yeah. Anybody coming on? No? Why not? This. Anybody coming on? Going once? Going twice? Macro goes, I'm thinking the same. One manipulation tweet, then pump and dump. Yeah, they announced it, so all the heavy hitters are going to be there. Well, the Bitcoin didn't believe it. I mean, there are sellers on Bitcoin. Okay, there have been sellers of Bitcoin, and you know, so let's see what is going on. Bitcoin. Yeah, 87,276. Literally, this rally started it had bounced already from 78 to 85. So it's given up all of it except a couple thousand. 87,000. Yeah. And it supported 85,000. So at 85,000, we'll take a look. But it did, it's not back to where exactly it was, still about 8,000, 9,000 higher. But that tweet got a lot of people in. So now, if you did get in, I'm not going to say anything to that. I don't know about the ha-ha part. Sleeping, yeah. I'm sleepy too, but I don't sleep. I need to be. I treat this as my business, and money is earned hard way. I'm not going to give it back to them that easily. At least they're going to get a fight out of it. So yeah, all right. That's where the market's at. Sell any rally. It's kind of proving correct, and uptrends are about to break, and when uptrends break, selling will accelerate a little bit. Although I looked at the CNN Fear and Greed Index, it looks interesting. It's at extreme greed. Oh, no, Jesus Christ. It's at extreme fear, and most of the indicators in it are extreme fear. All right, cool. But this Atlanta Fed thing, that's bothered me quite a bit. It's on Coinbase letter. Don't take it from me. Take it from the market itself. Market's paying attention to the macro picture a lot more than people think it is at the moment, and it's struggling to price in. So the tariffs are priced in now. I think they are. Because every time Trump would say that the last couple of weeks, market would take a dive, but then it'll come back. So I think the price now, the market has to wait and see what the true effect of these tariffs are going to be on the consumer. Because, Warren Buffett yesterday said it's going to be a tax hike. I agree. With certain elasticity, the manufacturers are going to pass on these price hikes. They're not going to eat it. Their margins are slim as they are anyway. So, inflation is not going anywhere. Economy is slowing down. Unemployment's kind of ticking up. Atlanta Fed's thing blew my mind, and I double checked it. It is correct. They're taking their estimates, forecasts on the GDP down a lot. I mean, I don't remember last time seeing going from plus GDP to minus GDP. So you guys got to be careful. Yeah, I don't sleep. I sleep 5 hours a night. I'm going to sleep a lot when I'm 6 foot under. So I'm going to abuse this as much as I can and work this as much as I can. Yeah, I don't know. When things turn, people don't expect it to turn, and people think it's nobody has the experience of markets making higher highs. I mean, well, lower highs and lower lows. So that everybody's used to going from the lower left-hand corner to the upper right-hand corner. Well, now, when it's like this, right, from the upper left-hand corner to the lower right-hand corner, it's a different time, different markets. You guys need to pay attention. You earn the money the hard way. There's no reason to give it up that fast. So at least put up a fight. And that's why early bird catches the worm. I am, yeah, I mean, I'm glad I'm sharing this with you guys, my experiences. I'm going to talk about the account on Friday, just like I did at the end of January. Well, with MSTU now selling off, I don't know how much we're up for the year. Look, man, year is young. Don't get blown out in January, February. And stop thinking buy every dip. That may not work for a while. Pick your spots. Clear your levels in your head. Double check, triple check. Okay. Fundamentals. Anything change with the company? No. Okay. For example, Palantir. Anything change with the company? Fundamentally? No. Okay. Earnings are good? Great. Okay. It got a little extended. Premium is being taken out. Get it. Market sells off. Everything is going to sell off. Get it. But have your shopping cart ready and get in when you're supposed to get in. You have to execute. You can't just be going like, oh, I'm so nervous. I'm like, no. To me, to trade is a trade. You get in, you have an expectation, you have an exit strategy, you have a buy point, you have a sell point. All this is done before you do it. And then you do it. It doesn't matter because market's going down. You're not going to do it. You're going to do it. But also have the strategy on the way out. Like, okay, if it doesn't work out, what do? You get out. You take those small losses. Taking small losses are a lot better than putting your head in the sand and say, okay, well, it's going to come back. It'll be okay one day. I'm like, well, it may not be okay one day. I can show you guys 1,000 charts that just never went okay one day after the dot-com bubble. Okay, so again, I'm not comparing it, but when you sleep on something and it keeps going down on you, it's going to hurt you multiple ways. One is going to be financially, obviously. Two, mentally, because you're looking at something that's going red every day. I mean, that's draining mentally. Three, opportunity cost, because your money is tied up there. Now you can't do this one. And then the one that you don't do is probably going to double. So that's it. That's what I'm looking at. I mean, I've seen this before, and I just want to make sure that at least that member group is protected to a point. Because look, they're still going to do what they're going to do. But if I can contribute to them not blowing accounts, at least when the market's like this, because when the market's going up every day, everybody can make money. When the market's like this, it's tough. You guys need a good guide, and I think I'm okay. So Macrobake says GDP going negative. Well, we're not yet. No, don't jump the gun now. Yeah, man, I appreciate you guys too. I don't know what else to do. I really don't know what else to do. Yeah, I think I'm doing as much as I can. And no, we're not in a recession yet. That's one Federal Reserve area. So the way this works, Macrobaked, is that they have different Feds. New York Fed, Cleveland Fed, Atlanta Fed, San Francisco Fed. They have Federal Reserve branches, let's say, in various parts of the country, East Coast, West Coast, South, right? Dallas Fed, all these, so they have placed these things that pretty much the whole country is covered. And these different states, report to this Fed. So they don't have an Arizona Fed or Phoenix Fed, but they have a San Francisco Fed. So that covers the West Coast. Dallas Fed covers the South. New York Fed covers the East. Cleveland Fed covers the middle. Atlanta Fed Southeast. So they get their data collectively and look at it. So that's one area. Maybe that area is slowing down, but that area of Southeast is a pretty big area. If that area is slowing down, what are the chances West Coast is not slowing down? What are the chances East Coast is not slowing down? right? So you just kind of put the picture together. But that's big. I mean, that's just big, going from positive GDP forecast to negative in a matter of a month. I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen that before. They add another Fed, and that's Trump Fed. Well, yeah. I mean, look, man, I don't care about what Trump does. Trump says economy is the economy. Consumer is tight. I'm telling you, I've been saying this for 6 months. I look at credit card balances through the roof. Everybody's stretched out. If our economy was not just consumer spending, I would say it's okay. Well, people are stretched out already. Subprime card defaults are already going through the roof. Credit card defaults are already going through the roof. And this is without anything major happening. So and that's why the TLT trade looks good to me. Just buy the TLT. If you're not going to trade it, just buy the damn thing. Because that thing is going to go up. So when TLT goes up, interest rates are going down. And when we get in a recession, what happens? Interest rates collapse. Look at China. Chinese 20-year notes are down to less than 0.75%. Collapse the bond 10-year. So it's good. I mean, you can make money if you buy the Chinese bonds. Jason, I think Jason was a member before. Maybe not. I don't know. Welcome, Jason. Good to have you. So, Jason, please email me. No, I think you were a member. I don't remember. If you have a T-shirt, you have a T-shirt. If you don't have a T-shirt, if you're rejoining, or if you're a new member, email me, Sergio@Avedian.com. I'll send you a T-shirt. And I'll send you the Telegram chat link. That's only exclusive to members. So you'll learn a lot. You'll get there. Your good was me. Okay. I don't know what that means. Send me an email. Thank you, Jason. Yes. Sergio@SergioAvedian.com. Okay. Macrobic says my Philip Morris stock has gone up 20%. No, actually, I talked about that. Did you listen? Did you learn? So when during a recession, there are certain groups that do well, or a slowdown. What are those? Tobacco stocks. People are stressed out. People drink more. They eat more. They smoke more. That's why you guys got to watch those stocks. Naturally, we have to eat and sleep, have a roof over our head, but we have to eat, we have to clean ourselves. That's why all these companies, I told you, the cyclical, consumer cyclicals will do well, while high tech is not going to do well. So watch that rotation. That rotation is probably happening. In fact, let's go check it out. Now that you brought that up, tobacco stocks will do well. Food stocks will do well, and drinking, right? Alcohol, right? People drink more. That's what happens. Let's take a look. Hopefully you guys can see this. Maybe not. Hold on a second. Can you guys see this? No. Okay, now you guys can see it. Let's take a look. Philip Morris, MO. See what I mean? Market's going down, Philip Morris is going up. When the market's going up, Philip Morris goes up too, but that's one. Coca-Cola. See what I mean? All these consumer cyclicals rallying. Look at that. Right? Pepsi. Pepsi just started to move, right? Okay. So Coca-Cola is definitely talking about a recession here. Look at Coca-Cola going from 61 to 72. While the market's kind of rolling over, right? Okay. So when the high tech or the Mag 7 is doing well, Coca-Cola doesn't do well. But that's the rotation. When the rotation is happening by the billions, this is what happens. People get out of that, a lot of the high tech names, overstretched, expensive high-tech names, and get into the cyclicals, because consumer cyclicals, because people have to eat, people have to drink. Alcohol stocks, I don't know. I can't think of like, let's see. Well, Domino's. That's Domino's. Domino's keeps going up. Wingstop. People got to eat. Wingstop actually pretty consumer sensitive. 433 down to 220. Under is 200 days. It's been breaking down for a while anyway. Okay. Alcohol stocks, I can't think of any, but because I don't look at consumer cyclicals that much because they don't move. But then when consumer cyclicals are moving, let's see, consumer discretionary IXY is that one. That's the ETF for that. Not the discretionary one. Consumer cyclical. I mean, if you guys have some symbols like alcohol stocks, like what is that? The European conglomerate, Diageo or Biagio? Budweiser. There we go. What am I thinking? Bud. See? Look at Budweiser. See what I mean? 46 to 61 already. So this has been going on. The rotation is going on. You know, high tech is being sold. Nvidia is being sold. And there you go. That's the bottom line. SPY. Yeah. See? Look at the charts difference, right? Look at Coca-Cola versus Tesla. There you go. Utilities probably are making new highs. Utilities. DJIU, I think. Dow Jones Utility Index. Yep. DJIU, this one right here. No? The Thinkorswim has different symbols, man. DJU? Yes. Finally got it. No? Okay, let's go. Thinkorswim. Waiting for data. Did I get cut off? God dang it. Froze. No? What is going on, man? I guess it's not DJU. Okay. Well, I mean, that's the general idea. So people smoke more, people eat more, people drink more. And that's the consumer cyclical. Yeah. Well, not just value. Yes, Chewy, probably. Bevmo, no. Bevmo does not trade publicly. They're owned by somebody, though. Yeah. Yeah, those are the Verizon. Yeah, let's look at Verizon. I don't think is doing well. But let's look at that. Let's look at Chewy and Verizon. Chewy. Yeah, there you go. See what I mean? Market selling off, Chewy is going up. Petco, what was Petco? WAG Group, is that what it's called now? Petco is called WAG Group? No. Where is Petco? Costco. There you go. There's your winner. See what I mean? All the consumer cyclical stuff. Shit, man. Costco. What was the other one you guys asked? Okay, thank you, Jason. DJI? No, DJI is not. That's the Dow Jones Industrial Index. Yeah, I mean, not just exactly, Dollar General, Dollar Tree, they have been doing horrible, just horrible. I think one is DG. Yeah, look at that. That's the consumer for you. Walmart actually had a bad earnings report. So, 105 to 95. This is Walmart, by the way. It was a pretty quick cutoff. Dollar General is just doing horrible. I mean, that thing was in the 300s from what I remember. Look at that. Yep, 260 down to 73. DGEN. Yeah. Dollar Tree, DLTR. Another dog. Yeah, those are not doing well. Walmart ate them up. But no, I'm talking more consumer cyclicals, not the where the consumer goes to buy stuff. We're talking about eating. We're talking about drinking. We're talking about smoking. Okay, those are the types of things that you guys got to look at, just like the Cokes and Pepsis and all these other ones. Not the consumer discretionary. Discretionary means you're spending. It's your discretion to spend the money, but you have to drink, you have to eat, you have to smoke. Okay, those are the necessities. To sustain yourself, you have to eat. Um, you know, but yeah, DJI. What's DJI? Yeah, that's the Dow Jones Industrial Average. I think it's DJU. Yeah, utility. There you go. See, utility is not going down anywhere. Yeah, that's what we need to look at. I mean, those are boring stocks, but then I'll find stocks that are doing what they're supposed to do, and I'm not going to be worried about it that much, to be honest with you. Yeah, if you guys don't want to come on, you want to be all shy, I'm going to end it here. Go have a cup of coffee and Burlington. Thank you, Jason. BURL. Okay, let's take a look. Burlington stores. Yeah, it's rolling over under 200 EMA. I would stay away from Burlington. This is consumer discretionary. People don't go buy new coats, but they will have to go buy food, drinks, things like that. Supermarkets. You know which one's doing well? Sprouts. Well, Whole Foods was bought by Amazon. Yeah, SFM. There we go. See what I mean? It looks like I had a bad earnings report, but yeah, maybe that's why Kava is selling off. That people are not going to go out and eat. Potentially, possibly. I'll take Kava at 80, 75, 80. Yeah, no problem. But yeah, so you need to stay away from things that people can tighten their belts and spend less money on. Going out is going to be one. So is Uber going to get hurt? Lyft going to get hurt? Is DoorDash going to get hurt? Yeah. This is Dash, DoorDash. Yeah. I mean, this is Lyft. Lyft has been dead anyway. Yeah, that's what you guys got to look at. But not, yeah. Ooh, we have inside info. Yeah, I work there. Sales are ass right now. Yep, I can tell. The stock is not doing well. Hopefully, we'll we'll survive. But anyway, so yeah, macro bank is right here. Shifting from growth to value. Yep. Well, not true value, right? But consumer cyclicals. That's where the rotation is at. Chewy's okay, you know. But yeah, that's where the market's at. Market's shaky at the moment. You guys got to be super duper careful about it. And all I can tell is this will pass. This will pass. You know, nothing goes down forever. Nothing goes up forever. Let's see where Bitcoin is at one last time. 86,000. Wow. 86,762 on its butt. Yeah, no good. No bueno. So I guess that was the pump. Yes, I agree. I agree. It's a tough mindset to short things, but yes, I completely agree. Now what you got to do is you got to, after 2 years of buying every dip, you got to switch overnight to go sell every rally is not easy. Shorted Tesla last week. Yeah, you bought puts. I don't know what you did, or shorter calls. Yeah, definitely. Greens are not lasting. Greens are lasting like a day, half a day, and it's being sold into. And I don't know where it will stop, but we're at critical levels. And finally, if we're going to price in a slowdown or a recession, we are going down. We're going down quite a bit. And S&P 500 maybe, I don't know, another 10%, Nasdaq another 10, 15%. And then we'll reassess there. But keep your powder dry. No need to do something every single day. Have your shopping list ready and then have the conviction. When it gets there, give it a crack. If nothing has changed fundamentally with the company, it's just a technical sell-off, then you need to commit. Don't be shy. But pick your levels smart, and if it goes against you, learn how to take the small loss and get out. You cannot do it any other way. You will have a bunch of small losses, bunch of small gains. Okay, you're even at the end of the year. Even is better than losing, because this market is very volatile and it's not for everyone. So, all right, I'm going to say goodbye. You all have a nice day. I will see you. I will see the members on Wednesday. So, Jason, if you email me, you said you did, fine. I'll order the shirt. I'll send you the link for the Telegram chat group. And the other thing is every Wednesday. So turn on all notifications, please, so you get notified when I schedule members only live. And that way you'll attend. And then when you do get your shirt, you'll wear your shirt. Cool. Thanks, guys. Much love. Stay safe.